Bill Piper is a well-known visionary and a professional executive in the contact center industry. You may have heard of him before. He's the president of Epic Connections, and he's really built a very interesting platform of relationships that many people are now learning how to work with. Epic Connections, Bill Piper, and of course Epic Response, the new consulting firm that's kind of an offshoot of Epic Connections. Bill, tell us a little bit about your background and the connections, the relationships you have in this industry throughout your career.
Lynn, I've been in the business process outsourcing industry for just over 30 years.
Okay.
And in the customer contact industry for the last 16.
All right.
And throughout the last 16 years, I've made a significant amount of close relationships with colleagues that I feel can add value to my clients' requirements and objectives and expectations.
Okay, so you've built this interesting career, and every one of these people you're working with, and they really are more than your contacts or somebody with a business card in a drawer. They really have become what I would call vital friends. Isn't that true?
That is true. That is true, and they really do bring a lot of value to our clients.
Yeah. So when a client engages Epic Connections or even the new consulting firm Epic Response, they're really buying into that deep pool, that well of relationship, not just your expertise, but the relationships as well.
That is correct. So now Epic Response has the opportunity to talk to all levels within the organization,
right.
Whether it's a CIO, CTO, CFO,
Yes.
COO. We now have the opportunity to go broader, and we do that
right.
through these relationships that we've built over the last 16 years.
Yeah, it's really like a springboard, and you're bringing people into these broader arenas, and you're bringing people together that would have never spoken or known each other prior to knowing you, because you have this nice eclectic, interlaced, database, if you will, of relationships.
That's correct, and these are all experts in their field.
Yeah.
So when we bring them in, we highly recommend them. They have the same philosophy that we do at Epic Connections, right. Which is we built this company based on trust, integrity, and ethics, and anybody that we would introduce to a client would have that same characteristics.
And that's why Epic Connections, I think, has been so successful, is that they almost know that going in when they work with you and your senior associates. They know they're dealing with people that can lead them in the right direction. They're not serving their own needs, but serving the client's needs. Now, I want to ask you this as we kind of wrap up this interview, because it's a fascinating profile of you, and I know you've done so many things in your career that people do come to you from time to time, and they ask you about jobs or their future, where do you think I should work, and so on. What advice would you give to a young person who wants to move into the customer development and maintenance industry?
This is a great industry to be in, and I think the timing is perfect right now. I get calls, as you mentioned, every day from people that ask my advice about where I would recommend that they would go for a position, right. What company they would use for a certain service, yes. And I would recommend that people do what I did, and that is surround yourself with great people, yes. that are experts in their field, yeah. so that you could provide value to your customers.
Yeah, so network yourself. Now, does that mean jump in, go to the association, industry seminars and conventions, or are you talking more informal, smaller kinds of situations, or what are you thinking about exactly?
I think it's a combination of both,
yeah.
But face-to-face is so important. So when you do go to a convention or an expo, schedule a lot of meetings. It's very important that you meet people face to face.
Yeah, and figure out a way to serve their needs right afterwards, so they feel like, yeah, this guy came through for me, gave me a little information, or helped me out, passed along a new source of something, and it can be helpful in that way.
It's important to be able to help out the client, the end client, whether it's my client or my colleague's client.
Right. Well, we can certainly see why you have the depth and the maturity to do Epic Response. It's a fascinating platform, a new consulting firm, much needed at this turbulent stage, really, in contact centers. Epic Connections with Bill Piper. He knows lots of people. When you link yourself, your organization, your product, and your brand to Bill Piper, Epic Connections, or Epic Response, you're setting up new opportunities for incredible new relationships. Thanks for joining us. I'm Lynn Hinderrocker at Epic Connections.